night, wherever you are in internet world. Welcome to another edition of Golden Independence. Another beautiful day right here with the Billionaires Play in good old Bermuda. Yeah. So if you are new to this channel, uh, my only request is that if you give the video a thumbs up and consider hitting the subscribe button, because we have a lot of um, videos that we're going to be uploading as to why Bitcoin, right? And we're going to correlate these videos in terms for informational and educational purposes. We're going to correlate um, the announcements or the actions that's happening, that's forming around Bitcoin. And what I'm gonna do when you see these live videos, I'm going to correlate as to why the BitHarvest opportunity is the supreme place to start in the Bitcoin space, especially once you understand the end game, which is Satoshis, right? So when it comes to Bitcoin, Satoshis are the end game, right? So so you know how in some big blockbuster movies, they start the movie with the ending. With some movies, you see the actual ending, and then they take you to the beginning. And guess what? Even though we've seen the ending of the movie, we don't get up and walk out of the movie, right? We still sit there in the movie and watch how did that happen? How did that transpire? Well, this channel is something similar to that. We're saying we're keeping the end in mind, which is the Satoshis, and I'm correlating and using what's happening right now in real life that's going to get us to the end game, right? Which is where we want to be. Now, I understand that most people, we don't understand Bitcoin. I get it, right? I already see the trolls, right? So these are trolls. So I mean, I'm not new to trolls, right? They've been trolling on this channel for years. But now that I understand Bitcoin now, to the point where Bitcoin is the Godzilla of assets, etc., I'm getting the Bitcoin trolls. So whenever I get trolls, I know that I'm in alignment with where I need to be. I'm on the right side of the trade or the fence or history. So bless up everybody. Good morning again. If you heard, look, give a thumbs up. It really helps the channel, greatly appreciated. It's something that could be done. It's free, even while you're watching right now. Even if you don't subscribe, you still hit that thumbs up button. Yeah, and it also lets other people know that we're live. This is more education in the event that any of you are looking to start your own channel, right, etc. So for those of us who are still here and want to continue with the education, let's move on. Why BitHarvest? Well, as BitHarvest is going up, for those of us who are already involved, might as well say this, I want to welcome all my new subscribers, right? And welcome to those who have signed up as well. I'm going to encourage everyone again to activate at least one shared booster, $100 one time, to activate, so that you can understand what it is that I'm saying, and then you could get excited just like how I'm excited. So for those of us who are already plugged into the BitHarvest system and network, you see the Satoshis, right? The amount of Satoshis that there are, right? And we know that the fiat dollar system is constantly declining against Satoshis as we speak. $1 still buys you approximately 900 Satoshis, right? It's still under 1,000. It's still under 1,000 Satoshis. Okay. With the BitHarvest system, the BitBooster is mining Satoshis constantly, and it's thousands of Satoshis, thousands upon thousands of Satoshis, right? So as Bitcoin is going up, the value of the Satoshis that we're getting is going to appreciate over time. So for those of us who are at the lowest level, you may see, a dollar, right? You may see a dollar today, or perhaps 50 cents a day. But over time, the 50 cents turns into $5. Which then turns into $50 a day. We're talking a day, right? The 50 cents a day turns into $5 a day, and then $50 a day. Bitcoin 10x's, 500 a day. 10x's again, it's 5,000 a day. Why? Because you're getting the same amount of Satoshis. We're going to be getting this amount of Satoshis approximately, because it's an approximation. But when you see that level, and go back to when you first started. If you go back to May and you look at the amount of Satoshis that you've accumulated, it's relatively the same amount. you know in terms of the first digit, it's the same amount, and thereafter it fluctuates, right? But if you go from there, you're looking at potentially, right, $1,000 a day coming real soon, coming sooner than we all think. And that's forever. That's forever, right? They're talking about $1 million, right? Well, consider this. If you have one full booster, if you consider one full booster, which is the one-time payment of 1,000 in crypto, right? That is giving you approximately $4, every day, just one. And we are currently at 100K. Well, when we 10x, right, that same $4 from one booster turns into $40. That same one bit booster, the $4 per day turns into $40 a day at 1 million. We've heard Michael Saylor talk about 13 million. But let's just reduce it to 10 million. So that's another 10x. When Bitcoin reaches that 10 million, and that could still be within this 4-year cycle. Although his $13 million Bitcoin was far out, it was further out, right? He was going, like, his metrics are solely based on Western calculations, not Western calculation, but Western entities, right? He's not taking into consideration nations buying it, other nations buying it. He's just looking at, okay, what's the global debt, and what's the assets of gold. Like, he's looking at it from that type of perspective. Like, what do people invest their money in? He's looking at it from that standpoint. And from that standpoint, maybe over a 20-year period, yada, 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 it goes to 13 million. Or maybe a 10-year period, it goes, the price of Bitcoin goes to 13 million. Okay, well, even if you did that, right? we'll still see another 10x, which will put you at $400 per day. Now we do the math on that, ladies and gentlemen. Times 7, that's 2,800 a week. Now we multiply that by 4. You see? And we're talking, that's healthy. And this is one full booster. We're not talking about, you know, imagine if we start right now, to build up our BitBooster farms to have 10 boosters, 20, 30, 50 boosters, 100 boosters, right? It's all about getting, so basically, when you run the numbers, it's basically, well, how many boosters, it's about how much do I want to pay myself a month? Because Bitcoin train is going, it started, and it's not going to stop. So when you look at BitHarvest, you're looking at BitHarvest as how much do I want to pay myself in Bitcoin? Especially in the short-term intervals of cash flow, which is one of the most important things when dealing with the cash flow quadrant, right? Or dealing with business is cash flow. Cash flow is a very important part, structure, right? Now, with this cash flow, the cash flow with BitHarvest can come quick, swiftly, or, you know, it could come slowly, but either way, it's going to come, regardless of where you get involved. So just like how, you know, we heard Max Kaiser say, you know, you get the price of Bitcoin at the price you deserve. Well, you get the paycheck of BitHarvest wherever you deserve. Because there's so many things that's happening here. Because not only could you pay yourself, you know, you could be paying yourself in Bitcoin $400 right now if you have it. You see what I'm saying? If you got that type of money, you know, or, you know, you could, like I said, gradually grow your Bitcoin mining farm through BitHarvest so that you can get an increased daily return. Because right now it's $4 a day, but if you got 10 boosters, you'll be getting $40 a day, etc. And of course, 10 boosters is $10,000, right? Right. But when Bitcoin 10x's and you're already sitting on 10 boosters, if you're already sitting on 10 boosters and Bitcoin 10x's, now you're getting 400 a day. And what's 400 times 30? And how much did you shell out? Do the math. Math is a universal language. Everybody understands numbers. You put up $10,000 one time, and when Bitcoin goes to $1 million, now your cash, not only will your stockpile 10x, but now your cash flow 10x's. Your cash flow 10x's. We're talking about an opportunity that is going to revolutionize what making money is. Not even just making money, but having money. BitHarvest, like the more you do your deep dive, or the more you listen to what these companies are trying to do in terms of, like, they're looking to hold on to Bitcoin and never sell it. Never sell it. So if you listen to the Michael Saylors of the world, and it's 10 other companies that are looking to copycat, you're looking at pretty much all the nations, all the big nations are looking to hold on to, acquire Bitcoin and never sell it, but leverage against it. So they're not going to sell it. That means being involved with BitHarvest is having keys, right? It's like having, we're constantly, it's like we're the ones that's, it's like having secret keys to something highly exclusive. Because while the average person won't even know about BitHarvest, they'll, many people will get encapsulated into decentralized exchanges. That will happen. Of course, that's going to happen. But that will pump our bag with BitHarvest. That's going to pump our bags with BitHarvest. So the main takeaway here is, ladies and gentlemen, the main takeaway is we want to position ourselves with an opportunity that gives us a return of the most sought after asset on the planet. BitHarvest is that opportunity, right? If MicroStrategy is the king of stocks, is the king of the stock world right now, and even as a company, because MicroStrategy is like, it's on fire. BitHarvest is MicroStrategy to the 10th power in terms of buying BitBoosters. Because yes, I could buy MicroStrategy stock, but MicroStrategy stock is not going to give me a return of $400 a day. You see what I'm saying? If I took $1,000 and I bought MicroStrategy stock, I would win. I'll outperform everything in the market. You're absolutely correct. When Bitcoin 10x's, right? My MicroStrategy stock made 100x. But it's not going to give me a daily return, right? It won't give me a daily return of $40 a day at 10x's, and it won't give me a daily return of $400 a day when if the stock 100x's. I have to liquidate stocks, take profit, and then convert the my winnings, or convert that into an income producing asset. So unless one of his shares is going to pay off a dividend, then who knows? But that's kind of what I see BitHarvest is like we're receiving dividends, payment. And the fact that I'm benefiting, I'm able to see the benefit of being involved with BitHarvest when I got involved in May. I'm starting to see the benefits now. I'm glad I did, because it's allowing me to have a better Christmas than if I was not involved with BitHarvest. So thanks to BitHarvest, I'm able to have a better Christmas because of the income that's coming in, and it's coming in forever. As long as I have the BitHarvest account. The BitHarvest account is a decentralized account. I do not see this company faltering, because mining is the future, and they are already actively working with other miners. They're actively working. So when a miner or someone who's interested in mining you could partner with BitHarvest. If you're like a serious miner, one of those people who are really serious about mining, you could partner with BitHarvest, because their whole goal and principle is to, you know, make a better network. I mean, all we're doing is we're making the network more secure, more robust, and even faster. Even faster, more efficient. On the bit on with BitHarvest, because it's layer 2. It's a layer 2 protocol. This is why when we transact with BitHarvest, it's the transactions of Bitcoin is instant. So if I want to move Bitcoin from my wallet to your wallet, the movement of Bitcoin is instant. But if you move it off to like maybe an Exodus wallet, it'll take some time. It'll take some time. So if you want to move it outside of the network, it'll take some time, but it'll still go there, right? But if I wanted to move Bitcoin from myself to you, and you're in another country, the payment will be faster than your bank. That's right. In terms of Bitcoin, that Bitcoin payment is sent just like that. I've seen it, and I have experienced both. I've experienced sending Bitcoin from one exchange to another, from an exchange to a wallet to an exchange. And let me tell you something, sending it like that, it's stressful in and of itself. It's stressful. But what I've seen in terms of the transactions with BitHarvest, it's instant. And that's all I got to say about that. So consider opening up your BitHarvest account and activating your BitHarvest account, and get positioned for that real wealth. That's up.